I know this joint gonna be so delayed, but anyway, impotence and baldness. Impotence is male and female, and baldness is male and female as well. Of course, like everything, it's duality to everything. Um, I'm gonna just get right into baldness. The corners of your hairline. Boom, right in this area. I know the video is delayed though. The corners of your hairline right there, that's kidneys. Everything in twos relates to everything in twos. The center, right in here, that's lungs right there. Boom, lungs right in that area right there. Then your middle, your top right here, stomach, duodenum, liver, pancreas, and then as you go back, then it's small intestine, large intestine, colon. You know, that's what So if you have the landing strip, that's like generations of deterioration and thinning of the hair or things like that. It could be a result of those things, deterioration in those areas. And it could just have to do with when you're cutting your hair too. If you're cutting your hair while the moon is waning, or right, when the moon starts to wane, you should cut it at a new moon. And people cut it too low. It's like grass. Like, don't cut it too low. Let it grow back out, and then you cut it. But see, they got us in the in the corporate world, in the corporate thinking, where everybody is more so a number. You remove the hair, you remove this extension of the nervous system. So anyway, on to impotence. Plenty of females are impotent. Plenty of young males are impotent. It's running rampant. There wouldn't be so much Cialis and Viagra commercials if it wasn't a market to target. Those commercials wouldn't even be out there. But a lot of it is from the sugar. Sugar and the starch creating so much dehydration that the blood doesn't flow like it would for males and females too. So the blood doesn't flow like it would. So at that point, you have a blockage basically. Only a certain amount of things can happen to the body. Short circuit, blockage, overheating, similar to an automobile. It's not too much things that can happen to the body. So if you have a low or high blood pressure, you'll have problems. This is just ridiculous how we have people in my age group and older taking Viagra and things like that, taking X and all that. You know what I mean? Like all these things just to get it going, because the mind is so shot from the sugar. Their brain and the nervous system is so shot. The nervous system is the first thing that gives way once acid hits the system. So the sugar has everybody just gone. So they're mentally just gone. They're so nervous once they get into a point of sexuality and vulnerability anyway, that's why they go even further with the sugar, get drunk to push themselves away so that they can have the liquid courage. And then the sex isn't what it would be or should be anyway at that point. And its potential is just destroyed. So like you know impotence, that's just and when it comes to females, it's the same thing. I mean, it's reversed though. It's like lack of lubrication, lack of of that. So we got them drying up so fast because of the starch, the dehydration. That it's just, and then on top of it, it's just the sex just be gone in people's mind. It just be gone. It'd be like almost out of the question. Like, I'm not saying you should go around stuck on the root chakra mode all day, but it's out of people's mind, or it's totally on their mind. It's like one or the other right now. It's no like, there's no balance with it. I don't feel like with people, like they don't they just don't find appropriate times to express themselves sexually, and times to tone that down. And it's just just crazy how people, I just feel like, especially females, from just too many sexual advances, they get stuck up. So I can understand that, but at the same time, it's just, you can go to a couple's house and you can see when the sex is just gone. It's just been gone for 10 years or months or whatever the case may be. It's just that it's just they're just not potent. It's not potent. So impotence is running rampant, honestly, and at some level, it's a good thing because these people shouldn't be reproducing anyway. They're not in a position to be reproducing. If you go impotent, you shouldn't be reproducing. That's kind of what nature is doing here. Like, okay, this body is not in a position to where it should reproduce itself. So basically, when people force it, have artificial insemination and other things like that, use these pills to get things going. That they're doing an end run around nature, which is just going to create. They're going to run into the ramifications of that, of course, but because you can't hold that beach ball underwater, you can't counter karma. Like I said, people drink water to counter what they ate, or they're doing everything to counter something. Everybody's countering everything, and it's all a big waste and a raping of the body. Like you, you drink this because you ate that, and then you're eating this because you ate that, and it's all to counter something else. So we're just trying to get back to zero. We're trying to get back to balance here, back to the void, because it's really only two numbers, 1 and 0, void and somethingness, nothingness and somethingness. So not to get off too far off topic, it's just male female. That's all that is. Binary code, male female principle. So that's the whole duality of life, and either side can be impotent. And I see baldness in females all the time, or thinning of the hair all the time, and especially with those who wear fake hair, it's killing the hair. It's like if you put a bunch of dead fruit next to some fresh fruit, it's gonna rot that fruit. And I'm not exempt from it. I had my times in my life where I was destroying the body, and my lungs and kidneys felt it, and I just had to let the hair grow out because I had been cutting it for years, just being ashamed of my what my body is. And now I love it. Now the world loves it too because I embraced it. You know, I just I live for a million people at once, so they admire it when they see it, I think. So, or I know. So yeah, that's a little food for thought for y'all. You know what I mean? Impotence and baldness. There's no such thing as heredity. Bacon and eggs are heredity, huh? That's eating garbage. That's heredity. Going out and drinking every weekend. Messing with anything chicks, messing with anything dudes, trying to fill voids all the time. You know, falsely filling them, eating for emotional reasons, trying to feed emotional hunger. Like, can't do that, man. It's just gonna create that deterioration. Love y'all.